Okay, well, there's no gun to head on this next guy, Micah Parsons, the defensive end, who apparently has a podcast that people don't like. He's also no-show at the voluntary minicamp, training camp, practices, whatever you want to call them. This is not quite the same thing as CeeDee Lamb, only because he's a year younger. I don't know. It just to me, this is just a non-story because if it was, it's just not a big deal.
Is it? No, it's not a big deal. And the thing about it is that Micah did not participate in last year's workout or off-season workout program. He worked out in Austria on his own and came out and had another Micah season. So, it wasn't no worse for where he showed up for minicamp. He showed up for OTAs. He did not come for the off-season program, and he's doing the same thing. The only issue to me is, and it's not an issue of a contract. It's an issue of Micah wants to work on his own and do his own thing. The only two issues is that, Mike Zimmer's put in a new defense, and so you would like him there to be a part of meetings as, they're getting ready to put in a new defense. But again, as long as he's there for OTAs, he should be able to get that, message down. Hey, Micah, go rush the quarterback. I mean, I don't know what Zimmer's going to put in, but I'm just saying, Micah, go get the quarterback. Okay. Hey, you guys do this. Hey, Micah, you go get the quarterback.
There's always like three guys, maybe five, for whom the rules do not apply. Right? And I would certainly, if you had to rank them, Clarence, like Dak Prescott's different. That's quarterback.
He's a quarterback, and he needs that here because he's the leader. He sets the tone for the team.
Right. And that's the only part to this, though, I'm looking at. Is that the only regrettable part to this? Mike is the man, and he's the quarterback of the defense. He's one of the top defensive players in the league. Clarence, at least to his teammates, does that – I mean, they all get it. They all get it. But is that one of those, like, probably wouldn't be a horrible idea if you were here for your teammates?
Well, my thing is that, and the reason I put the title of Mixed Messages, because he was the one at the Super Bowl talking about culture.
Yep.
Okay. Yep. And we need to lock in, and everybody needs to lock in, and whatever we got to do just to make this happen. Well, this is how you set the tone for culture. You can't talk about the culture and bad culture, and everybody needs to lock in when you're not locked in. When you're not here where everybody else is showing up. And so that's why I say it's a mixed message when you go and talk about culture at the Super Bowl and what y'all need to do to change the culture and get right and everything else, and then you're not here.
Do you think, the thing about there's certain guys you meet when they come out of college and they get it right away, right? There's just certain guys, and the one that just screamed to me who got it right away was Dak Prescott. He'd been the quarterback at Mississippi State. And he'd been the man on a bad team, and he made that program relevant. Made him number one in the nation at Mississippi State. That's like mathematically impossible. But that guy was always the adult in the room, even when he was a kid. And there's a part of me when I look at Micah Parsons, and I'm like, awfully good, great player, and I'm not quite sure he totally gets it. Do you think he does?
Oh, I think he gets it, but I mean, he also gets who he is and what he means. I mean, I think that when he's on the field, he gives it his all. He works out. He works hard. But again, sometimes it's just like Jerry, the talk, don't stop the talk and play. It's like, sit up here and to me, you get on the podcast and talk about what everybody needs to do and how you want to change the culture, around the culture. And well, this is part of culture to me. If that's what, and listen, I'm one of those people that think that I don't know if culture matters as much as great players making plays. People, coaches like to talk about we got the culture right and all this stuff. No, you got great players. You got great.
I think it goes.
I mean, tell me about the '90s culture where they were roping and doping and everything else.
I know. That was the '90s.
No, I understand that.
I know what you're saying, but that was a long time ago.
Yeah, but also what I'm saying is the bottom line is a lot of people roping and doping. They just didn't have Hall of Famers. Okay,
it matters. You can get away with a lot when you got 10 Hall of Famers on your team.
I'm just saying that we make so much of this culture and this and that, and it's really just you got great players. I don't know if the Chiefs have better culture. They got Patrick Mahomes.
I think that really isn't that amazing what this does to your culture. Like look at the Indianapolis Colts culture when your quarterback was Peyton Manning.
Right,
he was running the entire franchise.
That's right. Tom Brady had great culture. Now all of a sudden, they got this whole thing about the dynasty, and apparently Bill Belichick was a bad coach. He did nothing. It was all Brady.
Isn't that amazing? He
had nothing to do with the dynasty.
Nothing. An idiot.